Directed by Fede Alvarez Alien, Romulus ending leaves the door open for more to come in the Alien movie franchise. The film is set in the intervening years between Alien and James Cameron's Aliens. Alien, Romulus features a new cast of characters who venture to an abandoned spaceship in a bid to retrieve cryo fuel to travel the Yvaga system. What awaits them is the Xenomorph Ripley threw out of the ship in the original movie, which had laid eggs that attacked Rain, Andy and their friends. Rain puts Kay in status to protect her and her unborn child, but Kay had already injected herself with the Prometheus formula, which led to an advanced pregnancy and birth to a xenomorph, human hybrid that killed her and severely injured Andy. Desperate to save her and her synthetic brother, Rain fights with the hybrid offspring before releasing the cargo bay and sending him out into space. Rain vows to fix Andy and puts him and herself into cryosleep, putting the ship on an autopilot course to the Yvaga system, unknowing whether they'll actually make it there or not. Before she does, Rain records an entry into the ship's logs. Is Alien, Romulus' new xenomorph offspring still alive? The xenomorph offspring hybrid was thrown out of the ship's cargo bay by Rain, which suggests he's done for. However, the creature from the first Alien movie survived being sent out into space, so it's possible the offspring creature will live on as well. The xenomorphs are nothing if not adaptable creatures who can seemingly survive pretty much anything. If Big Chap managed to live for years in space until it was picked up by the spaceship in Alien, Romulus, then it stands to reason the hybrid can do the same. It's also possible the xenomorph offspring has certain mutations that give him the ability to not only survive, but thrive in space. It wouldn't be surprising if the offspring creature reappeared in another Alien sequel down the line. Rook's prime directive and Prometheus connection in Alien, Romulus explained. Rook was the Renaissance ship's synthetic science officer who was partially destroyed during the initial xenomorph rampage that killed the crew. Rook was adamant about his prime directive, and with an upgrade to Andy's system, convinced the younger synthetic of it, too. That prime directive was to retrieve the xenomorph to develop a formula called Prometheus 5, which would advance human evolution and make humanity strong enough to survive space. It would also create immunity to diseases that have ravaged the colony populations, such as Rain's parents, who died from lung disease contracted from the mines. Rook's prime directive put the Weyland-Yutani Corporation's objectives above the lives of the humans on board. While attempting to advance human evolution, the prime directive was discarding the people who already existed. As such, the prime directive ignored the humanity of the characters, which put Andy in an odd position considering his original prime directive was to ensure Rain was safe and protected. And despite the xenomorphs being volatile, Rook was not above sacrificing Rain and company just to advance experimental research that itself was dangerous. Prometheus 5, which Kay injected herself without knowing its full capabilities, is responsible for creating the xenomorph hybrid, and its name connects directly to the Alien prequel Prometheus, which included a similar black goo that was capable of mutating DNA and creating new life. The engineers may have wanted to eradicate humanity, but the Prometheus 5 formula indicates the black goo has gone on to be further developed in the years since Prometheus events took place. It's still creating new life from the old, even if the hybrid did end up killing Kay after being born. Rain and Andy's relationship in Alien, Romulus is unique to the franchise. Rain and Andy had an interesting relationship. As a synthetic, Andy was programmed to look after Rain in the absence of her parents. However, Rain treated Andy as more of a little brother. She took care of him just as he took care of her. It was, generally speaking, a very familial relationship, one that others, including Rook and Bjorn, didn't understand. Typically, synthetics, like Rook, valued the prime directives embedded by Weyland-Yutani over genuine connection with humans. While synthetics weren't programmed to kill people directly, there was a rift between them and humans that created some tension. Rain and Andy's relationship, which is at the heart of Alien, Romulus, feels like an anomaly when comparing it to others. They genuinely cared for each other, and, though Rain flirted with the idea of going to the Yvaga system and leaving Andy behind, her love for her brother overpowered that decision in the end. When Andy's prime directive changed, it's like Rain began to see the humanity in him that was erased in the upgrade. It made her double down on wanting to protect Andy. Their relationship is based on trust and love, a rarity. The real meaning of Alien, Romulus ending. Although the xenomorphs are considered perfect species, Alien, Romulus ending posits that humanity has still got a fighting chance. They may not be able to mutate quickly, nor are they strong enough to easily live in space, but humans are still powerful in their own right. What's more, the film's ending underscores the strength of a human-synthetic dynamic that isn't solely based on the prime directive of a corporation. Romulus showcases Rook as wanting to do what's best for humanity without realizing that Weyland-Yutani isn't exactly looking out for them. Either, they're looking out for themselves. Alien, Romulus also highlights the various ways humanity can be exploited by corporations. Weyland-Yutani, through Rook, tried to use Andy for their own ends, and the characters were essentially punished for wanting a better life for themselves, sacrificed for the sake of capturing xenomorphs. The film's ending doubles down on choosing one's humanity over heartless prime directives. Rain came to that same conclusion once she realized that leaving Andy behind was not in her or his best interest, even if it meant potentially giving up starting a new life. It wouldn't have meant anything anyway without him.